I am Morgan Sickinger.
Oh, Elizabeth Seminario.
Lizzie Sandstrom. Okay,
Alright.
I'm looking at the thing, and it says the humanist person is supposed to go first. So,
So
Yeah.
who's that? I'm the manifesto.
No, you're the humanistic.
I'm the humanist. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me pull up the questions. Okay. So what do I think was the basic premise of your article, meaning like what was talked about within that article I read?
No,
Um,
from my understanding,
it's so confusing.
like we have to have like 5 rounds, like round 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wrap up. Is this what you understood too, Lizzie?
Oh, okay, I
I
see
guess
now.
I
I
was
see
just
it.
kind of like, what are we doing?
Oh, that makes sense.
Uh,
Okay, so spokesman person one, which is me, provides an opening statement. So my opening statement is, as a humanist, we regard the universe as self-existing and not created. That's a statement, right? Or is it like longer?
It shows 5 minutes each.
Oh, so I have to like read into it? Okay. We believe that man is a part of nature and that he has emerged as a result of continuous process. Holding an organic view of life, we believe and find that the traditional dualism of mind and body must be rejected. As a humanist, I recognize that man's religious culture and civilization, as clearly depicted by anthropology and history, are the product of gradual development due to this interaction with his natural environment and with his social heritage. The individual born into a particular culture is largely molded by that culture. We are convinced that the time has passed for theism, deism, modernism, and several varieties of new thought. Humanism asserts that the nature of the universe depicted by modern science makes unacceptable any supernatural and cosmic guarantees of human values. Humanism does not deny the possibility of realities as yet undiscovered, but it does insist that the way to determine the existence and value of any and all realities is by means of intelligence, inquiry, and by the assessment of their relations to human needs. Religion must formulate its hopes and plans in the light of the scientific spirit and method. How many minutes am I at?
You're good if you want to stop.
Okay.
Alright, Lizzie, your turn.
that was really good. I don't know if I can top that.
I just like read word for word. It just sounded like I was organized. And actually, one of my contacts was drying out while I was doing it, so I was blinking. It's funny.
Okay, so basically the premise of this article, Morgan, if there's anything you want to add, please feel free to jump in. But the premise of this article is basically like the importance of the Constitution, just how it was one of the first documents in the world to delegate power and give rights to the people, and many countries have followed suit. Like, I know the French have done it, and just basically a lot of other countries, and they got a lot of their ideas from the Enlightenment guys, just kind of like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And basically, religious freedom is a right that everyone should have, and that's why a lot of different people have left their home countries and traveled to this country because they wanted to leave the tyranny and be able and feel free to practice their religion in their own way or how they saw a higher being. I don't know. That's what I got, so take it away, Morgan.
No, that sounds good. The only thing that I would add is like the Constitution is like that's what made us special, and then a lot of people followed. And one of the first right that it states is our religious right, and so that was from our forefathers that founded the country, and that's what made the United States so appealing to immigrants because they wanted to come over and have that freedom to practice their religion. And so, just as our forefathers have done it, we should continue it. That's pretty much what the religious believe. So, all right, now we need to state our main arguments. So you go first, Elizabeth.
Okay. There's so many little. Let me try to find like. Okay. The goal of humanism is a free and universal society in which people voluntarily and intelligently cooperate for the common good. Humanists demand a shared life in a shared world. It's not 5 minutes long, but it's like their main statement. Which this whole humanism thing is like, your guys' topic is making sense to me. Mine is like not making sense to me. So I don't even know what humanists are. Yeah, they seem to have everything based around religion also. Um, let's see.
But from my understanding of the reading, they don't believe in like.
Not like they don't believe in like organized religion, right? It's just like religion consists of those actions, purposes, and experiences which are humanly significant. So
But it's not like there's a higher
yeah,
being.
it's not like, yeah, it's more of, yeah, you're totally right about that. Nothing human is alien to the religious. It includes labor, art, science, philosophy, love, friendship, recreation, all that is in its degree expressive of intelligently satisfying human living. So it sounds like a hippie. Like that's just what it reminds me of. Like there is no, it doesn't say anything about like God or higher power. It's just mainly like your personal experiences are your religion. Like that's what they stand for. Equality, pro-life from what I'm reading in one of these paragraphs, and overall, I guess, religious quality of life, but you can't really, I don't like saying religion because I feel like religion's like in a chapel with certain, organized methods.
Yeah. Humanistics. Sorry, humanists. They are very scientific. They go off of like theories,
Like, would
and
that be Scientology then?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused on this. Yeah. They're
But
hippies.
like they're very, yeah, kind of like hippies. Like,
Burn your bra.
okay, so the argument that I came up with from um, the religious standpoint is the rights and protection of all flesh um, is stated in the United States Constitution, and it includes the First Amendment that guarantees the free exercise of religion and free speech and press. Without these great fundamentals of the Constitutions, America could not have served as a host nation for the restoration of the gospel, which began just 3 decades before the Bill of Rights was ratified. The First Amendment reads, Congress should make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The prohibition against an establishment of religion was intended to separate churches and governments to prevent a national church of the kind that you can still find in Europe. Religious freedom is the first expression in the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. As noted by many, this predominant place identifies freedom of religion as a cornerstone of American democracy. So it's one of our cornerstones of our country. The American colonies were originally settled by people who, for the most part, had come to this continent to be able to practice their religious faith without persecution, and their successors deliberately placed religious freedom first in the nation's Bill of Rights. So it is our national law formally declares the right of freedom of religion undergirds the very origin and existence of the United States. So it's one of the main things that the United States is founded on. The free exercise of religion obviously involves both the right to choose religious beliefs and affiliations and the right to exercise or practice those beliefs. But in nations where citizens of many different religious beliefs, the right to some to act upon their religious principles must be qualified by the government's responsibility to protect the health and safety of others. However, sorry, I gotta find it. We believe that we are given this freedom. It's the most desirable condition for the effective exercise of God-given moral agency is this condition of freedom and responsibility, the opposite of the slavery and political oppression which was found in our early days. With freedom, we can be accountable for our own actions and cannot blame our conditions on bondage to others. So with this religious freedom, we are responsible for the things that we do and say, and we can't blame others because all citizens are responsible to share the burdens of the governing, that every man might bear his part in our country. So that's what I have.
Okay. So next it says, oh sorry, it's asking to ask a religionist question. So I'm just asking a question that sparked my interest of your guys' topic.
I think so. I
got caught off
don't
guard
really
of the
know what questions
religionist.
we're supposed to be asking, so.
Okay, so if I were just a regular humanist wanting to get to know what you guys believe in, why do you guys trust, like, isn't it in the Constitution that says, is it in the Constitution or is that in the Pledge of Allegiance? No, it's Pledge of Allegiance. One nation under God. What is your specific meaning behind just having that much faith, you could say, in one person that you can't see for your entire nation? Does that make sense?
Can you clarify that, Liz? Because I just.
Okay, I'm a humanist and I believe in hippie stuff. So I'm not, like, I don't believe in God or the higher power. So why do you guys, as a nation, in your Pledge of Allegiance, state one nation under God? Why do you trust in something that you don't see, you have no proof of, you have no, like, something you can't see? That makes sense now?
Yeah, I'm
Alright,
just
so
trying
I
to
had to
figure
think
out
of
how
a
to.
question. That was a really good one.
That was a good question. I just don't feel like I'm qualified to answer it. But um,
I personally, I don't
go
like.
Morgan.
Of course, of course, we believe in a God, but each religion has their own God, and so our whole purpose isn't just we don't all believe in the same God, but we believe that there is a higher being and that our nation was found based off of hopes that we could all exercise our freedom of right to believe in that this higher being that we believe in. Whoever, whether you're Mormon or Jew or Muslim or whoever, you
Yep.
can you
Yeah.
can have the freedom and the safety to exercise whatever you believe in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all based on like just so that I'm spokesperson one jumping in really quick. But anyway, I was just gonna say that it's all based on like faith and what you believe in. Like I feel like with this religious perspective, we say that freedom of religion is the main um, right of this country, and so it's just all about having faith in whatever you believe in. Like we're not forcing anything on you. It's just that if you believe in a certain higher being, then that's the God that you think holds the country together. So
That makes sense. Good deal.
okay, so my question. Um, let's see. I guess what do you believe? If we're going off that, what do you believe holds this country together? Like, what?
Oh gosh. Well, we believe our religion believes like anything having to do with just your life experiences, um, just creating a piece of art, a friendship, someone you love, like those are all forms of religion. So if I guess we don't believe in anything for our country, like in like pinpointed. I mean, I guess our thing would be not feeling tied down to one thing. It's like all of it in unison. Like all the life experiences are our religious life.
So, going off that, is that why your people have a problem with the statement one nation under God? Is it because you don't believe in a God? Are you guys atheists?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say in my in my paragraphs. Um,
Because
Well,
we
I think
don't
that's like a
believe it.
problem. Like in schools, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but like how schools can't really say the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, I don't know if they still do, but a lot of people complain and they like sit down and don't say it, and it's because of the whole God statement. So why do you guys have a problem with that?
Because we don't think that everyone should be under one person's thumb. We believe that everyone is 100% equal, and if this God guy did exist, well, I'm sorry for saying that, that he would be equal with us also, and that all of us would be able to have the power to direct that one finger, not just one person having power and authority over all, or one being.
All right, I dig it.
all right. So the last one is just like the statement.
We don't wear bras. Okay, the statement.
Is that your cat?
Oh yeah, that's my cat. That's Blue. I don't know why I named her that. It's so funny. Shh, quiet, Ella. I'm on a school call. So We assert that all humanism will affirm life rather than deny it, seek to elicit the possibilities of life, not flee from them, and endeavor to establish the conditions of a satisfactory life for all, not merely for the few. By this positive morale and intention, humanism will be guided, and from this perspective and alignment, the techniques and efforts of humanism will flow.
All right, and for us, I'm going to talk to just what we can do to enhance religious freedom. The first thing we can do is we must speak with love, show patience towards other, be understanding, compassionate towards those who don't believe in the same um, religious freedom that we believe in. We cannot be silenced, though. We need to stand up for what we believe in and stand up for our constitutional right of the freedom of religion that we have. We have to insist on our freedom to preach our faith, whatever it may be. We can't just practice it, but we have to be able to preach it and not just let people talk over us. We we have to be willing to preach in public as well as on one-on-one with a private person, and stand up firmly for whatever we believe in. And we have to be careful not to support or act upon the idea that a person must subscribe to some particular set of religious beliefs in order to qualify for a public office position.
One of the questions asked, are religious folks the only one with values and morals? No, because I would say the humanists, from what I read, they obviously have their own set of values and morals. I think everyone, regardless of who they are, is gonna have some type of standard or moral that they live by.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you think the authors of the article you read was taking the moral high ground or making a moral statement?
I think for mine, I feel like they were taking the high ground, but in a way of ours is better type thing. Ours makes more sense, not everyone can learn from this and it doesn't matter if you choose it or not type thing. Like,
See, and I felt like ours was more like the moral statement because it wasn't like, oh, LDS, like Other Oaks. It was by Other Oaks,
yeah,
right? And it wasn't like, oh, LDS is the only true religion. It was like, no, we believe like in all religions have their own freedom. Like it's not just the Mormons that get this right. It's everybody, and
yeah,
it's in our
yeah,
constitution. It's not just certain people who can do this. So,
exactly.
I
what do
thought it was more like high ground, just because in my mind, when I think of high ground, just kind of like saying that yes, you can have your own freedoms, and you can believe in whatever you want, and we're not gonna like tear you down because of that. So that's what I kind of thought
Yeah.
moral high ground was. So
yeah, I guess it just depends on what your definition is, right?
Yeah.
And then the other one was the one that was addressed, and I think that people can have morals and values without being religious.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're not like to the same standard, but I think that like the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." Like people know that killing somebody is wrong or stealing is wrong.
Yeah,
You don't have to be religious to have those kind of values.
I agree.
So
me too.
Oh,
Uh,
why wasn't Caitlin able? Is she okay in her pregnancy? You know?
She went to the hospital or something. It didn't say what exactly was happening, but
Oh no.
she pregnant?
Yeah, she said she had placenta previa, so she was on bed rest. So,
Oh,
mm,
yeah, if she's in the hospital, then yeah, it's not good.
that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So how do you guys know how long she is?
I don't
Then
know. Actually, don't
she's
know.
like further.
Yeah, I think she's further along. I don't even remember what she said. I can't remember, so I don't want to throw a number out there and her be like,